If you've ever built an e-commerce site, you've probably done something like this, where you call your endpoint or your Lambda if you're building with serverless. You call a service to create an order, to create shipping state for that order, and to send an email. And that's mostly fine for most cases, but what makes us good developers is the ability to catch potential bugs and edge cases and fix them and treat them before our app goes to production. So that's the difference between a good developer and an average developer. So what we should do in this case is decouple our services to work separately and not depend on each other's execution, because like this, I'm executing this not in a parallel way or not in an independent way depending on my use case in my application. Instead, I'm linking them together. I'm chaining all the actions together. And that's not a very good approach. I mostly don't do this and I don't like this. To fix this, we should depend on a PubSub architecture. There is a course on boot.dev that's very good to know. But in our case, in my case as a serverless lover, I love serverless, we should use EventBridge and Amazon SQS. It's really that simple. We're gonna use EventBridge as an event bus in our architecture because EventBridge retries publishing on failure if your bus was down, for example, and SQS retries the execution of the Lambda in case the execution has failed. Let's say your Lambda timed out or maybe a potential bug or a potential error. We should publish a create order event to our EventBridge and create shipping event and send email event. So like this, they are decoupled. When I execute create order, I can then execute create shipping and then I can send the email. This is not a very good case, but I can give you a better case. Let's say you're building something like Vercel v0, where you have to consume credits regularly. So you don't want the action of consuming the credits to finish, then return the result to the end user. No, we are increasing the latency of our app and we are not separating the concerns. We're not decoupling our services. So our handler is now like a pipeline where you create an order and create a shipping and then send an email. Everything is separated. We execute every single action without the need of putting all the actions in one place. So now we're left with another problem, which is what will happen if the creation of the order has failed? Even the Lambda has failed when retrying 3 times or your defined limits. Because in case the creation of the order has failed, I don't want to create a shipping for it and I don't want to send an email to my user. What I could do is use database transactions. If I'm using Drizzle, for example, we can open a transaction like this and we can execute all of our actions in order and then put our publish event at the end of the transaction. So in case the publish event has failed, all the transaction will roll back and I get back to my starting point. So I'm never stuck with this weird state of the order created or the shipping created in my database. So my code would look like this. This is my database transaction. I do a update, let's say an update or a create or something, and then I publish the events. I publish my events, whatever events creates order. So now if my create order has failed, I would never be left with a weird shipping state in my database. So that was it for this video. Leave a like and see you in the next one.